This next one is from Tom's Hardware. It says Microsoft will end sale of Windows 10 licenses to consumers this month. So I looked because at first I was like, what? It's just done. Windows 10 is just obsolete. It's not. I'm an idiot, and I didn't register it properly at first. So starting at least January 31st, so I guess it would be next week, it's not going to be available for download, but they're still going to offer security updates for like another 2 years, I think. And then you're screwed, from what I understand, if you're running Windows 10.
Well, so you got it. Next article.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like it was like the big scare, right? When there's like, hey, here's a new operating system, and it's going to, you're only going to have this much support. And what we find out is Microsoft willingly says, all right, we're going to do that. But for businesses that have this fully deployed, it's probably going to be years and years of updates, and then they'll fade it out at some point. But saying retail, they're not pushing it any longer. And so it becomes that problem, right, that you have when it comes down to the sale of an operating system. Do people actually go to the site and buy it? Most people probably buy a laptop, and whatever's on it is on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably not such a big deal for most people. And if you
plus
have
what's going to happen? Let's say you went out today, you went to Best Buy or wherever, and you bought a new laptop and it had Windows 10 on it, and you open it up and you log in for the first time. What's the first thing it's going to ask you to do, Ronnie? Update to Windows 11, and you're going to go, okay, click, and then you're on Windows 11. So, like you said, this doesn't really. There's probably not a ton of consumers out there like, I got to have my Windows 10. Or I'm gonna start a couch fire. Yeah, that's just probably not the majority of people out there. So, but normally, what this does signify is the beginning of the end,
right?
To support even into those enterprise worlds, right? Where it's like, hey, writing's on the wall. I'm gonna get your users that are out there.
Yep.
They're not gonna be using Windows 10 at home anymore. They're gonna be on Windows 11. When they come here, that's what they're gonna expect. And as they always do, to kind of force that issue, really win a friend here. Is change everything, right? To where you're going, and then people get used to where it is in Windows 11, and they come back to it and they go to work and they're on Windows 10 like, son of a motherless donkey. Where is the stupid start button? I don't know where it is now. And this is kind of how things go. And it always has been this way with Windows. Yeah,
for most companies, I think you're right. I think it's just an announcement to them that, hey, start to realize we're pushing this, through retail first, but you're changing. Yeah, you're going to change. You're going to adopt.
Microsoft didn't get them billions by sitting on their laurels and going, yeah, Windows 10 is amazing. It doesn't need to be updated. It's awesome, right? We need to make a new product so that there's new features and stuff that come out. We want to support that.
Sure.
So there is that side of things. But they also want to make a profit, right? They also want to go, all those people that are our customers at this point, I would like to reach back into their pocket and get another $10 or whatever. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, but that's the business model. So expect this to never end.
Yeah. This one is not for most people that are like what you said here. Homes are probably it doesn't really even matter to them. They turn on a machine one day and like, oh, the background's different.
Yeah. Now, Sophia, you're running Windows 10 or 11 right now?
Good question. I don't know. I've had this machine for a few years.
You can't just look at it and tell?
No. Are you kidding me? You think I have that kind of knowledge? No.
Next year you will. I guarantee by this time next year.
That one is a Windows 10 machine. So
you're running
he
Windows
knows.
10.
He knows.
Are we doing Windows 11 deployment here?
I don't know if that will be pushed out to the Windows.
See, we are
so this is relevant.
I would assume that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
At some point, but I don't know when that is. Like anything else, right? A business works on life cycles rather than on this guy's saying it's ending like in the next few weeks.
Isn't
or
it so weird how like inertia sets in on like the larger your organization is, the more inertia you have. I guess that makes sense. It's like a giant boat or whatever.
Right.
It's hard to get it to move, and once it's moving, it's hard to get it to stop.
Right.
You think of those cruise ships, and they tell you, it takes actually 2 miles to make a turn.
Oh yeah.
In a 180 direction. It's like that's a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. That's insane. And it's the same thing with these businesses,
right.
And that's why they have to start piecemealing things out. They can't just go out and cut the spigot off to them one day and go, we no longer support Windows 10. You better upgrade. There would be like mass hysteria Like it would be like the Purge over they cut off our Windows 10. Yeah, like why are we shooting people in the streets over this?
Now, having said that, we do know that on social media there will be a large outcry.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
There always is.
yeah, like hey, there's no doubt they're taking away my Windows 10. I'll never love another operating system. You know,
Time to cancel Microsoft.
I will say, man, I did love me some Windows XP.
Yeah,
And it was a tough sell because we went to Vista after that. And I was like, And then Windows 7 came out. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And Windows 7 was a really good operating
was.
system. Then we had Windows 8 and 8.1, and which was great if you were on the tablet stuff. And then, Windows 10 came out. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not, right. So they always tend to, I guess, is Windows 11 that in between, it seems to be all right. I'm running it at home.
Yeah.
It seems to be all right.
Yeah, depending on who works with it. Like for me, the first time I saw it, I was like, it almost looks like my MacBook as far as the
the user
goes.
interface. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
so-
it's a lot more similar to
A lot more similar to that than it is anything else. So I was like, that looks like a welcome change to me, but at the same time, it may not be to people that love that little start button in the lower left-hand corner.
They do indeed.
They do.
So RIP to Windows 10, and I am apparently running Windows 10, so RIP to me.
Yeah,
And I'm,
it's on life support.
That's
new
right.
information to me.
It's not dead yet. It's
You
just on
gotta
life
understand, every village needs its idiot, and I am that idiot. So I'm just filling a role. That's all I'm here for. So that's why I have you here.
It's
to
all right.
support
You'll be swept
You
up
gotta
in the
explain
change.
things.
It's gonna
Don't
happen.
worry.
Yeah.
You gotta explain things.
If you enjoyed that segment, be sure to check out our entire podcast available in the playlist right here. And you can always subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech news and other happenings in the IT world. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for new episodes. I hope to see you there.